Welcome back, everyone. We're now on video number 5. I'm Lenny.
I'm Carmine.
And we are the owners of Poli Glow. In this video, we're going to talk about how to apply Poli Glow in step 2, the seal and protect phase of the Poli Glow process.
So Lenny, we have cleaned and prepared the fiberglass surface on our boat or RV. And now what are we ready for?
Poli Glow.
What's it going to give us?
A gloss that's boss.
So now we need to know, what do we need to prepare and what do we need to do to apply Poli Glow? How do we put this on?
That's a great question.
Okay.
First, let's talk about how Poli Glow goes on. Remember, from the perspective of application, it's not a wax or a polish. It's somewhere in between. There's no buffing required and no brushes. It goes on with our microfiber poly mitt and applied by wiping in one direction, either top to bottom or side to side. Don't wipe in a circular motion, and don't go over and over the layer more than once, because that can leave streaks. You have to give the Poli Glow time to soak in, especially the first few coats, and then time to dry. Apply to a 4 to 6 foot area. When the first coat is dry, then apply the next coat. You kind of want to feel it and make sure it's not tacky before you apply the next coat. Apply a minimum of 4 to 6 coats to each area before moving on to the next section. Remember, if you have a highly oxidized surface and the Poli Glow gets quickly absorbed into the fiberglass, more coats may be required. The section is finished when the fiberglass has a uniform glossy appearance without streaks or imperfections. Applying less than the recommended coats can cause early deterioration and oxidation of the finish.
So Lenny, this poly mitt is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Are there any other tips and tricks we should know about it?
Yep, let's talk about that.
Okay.
So the poly mitt has to be used appropriately and it will give you optimal results. You're looking for a uniform, streak-free finish. The poly mitt applicator should always be damp, never wet or dripping. While you're applying Poli Glow, the poly mitt applicator may need to be rinsed out from time to time if there is excess Poli Glow or dirt and debris on the mitt. Wash it out with water, wring it out, and wrap it in a towel to remove excess water.
We have talked before about temperature and humidity.
Yep.
And I know this is really important.
It is. It is. So again, remember, temperature and humidity are going to change how you apply Poli Glow. If it's hotter temperatures and lower humidity, it's going to dry more quickly. And so you don't have to wait necessarily 2 full minutes. But if it's cooler temperatures and it's higher humidity, it's going to take longer to dry. And so you really have to be careful that that finish is dry before you apply the second coat, or it's going to get streaky. Remember, you want to apply it between the temperatures of 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun also plays a really important role. If you're working on the sun side of like an RV or a boat, that surface is going to be hotter, and it may even be hot to the touch. If it's too hot, you want to be careful about applying Poli Glow because it's going to dry very quickly and it may look streaky. You may have to start all over. On the shady side, it's going to be a little bit easier, but you want to make sure it's not too cool on that side either. So 60 to 95 degrees for optimal results. If you do get any streaking or dripping or bubbles that form on the surface when you're applying Poli Glow with the poly mitt, the easy thing to do is let it dry, take a little polyox and the ultrafine sanding pad, and just remove that section with the ultrafine sanding pad. Take a damp cloth, wipe it down, let it dry, and then just reapply Poli Glow.
So Lenny, now that we've used the poly mitt applicator, what do we do with it?
Well, you don't have to throw it away, okay? You can maintain it. After the application of Poli Glow, rinse the applicator out thoroughly with clean, fresh water. A mild detergent or soap may be used. Do not use bleach or fabric softeners. It can be washed in a washing machine with warm water and then machine dried at a low temperature. Do not allow Poli Glow to dry on the poly mitt applicator. If you pause the project for a few hours, you may wrap the applicator in plastic wrap or a sealable plastic bag, keeping it moist to prevent it from drying out and damaging the mitt. The poly mitt is reusable. All right, Carmine, we've concluded now video number 5. Our Poli Glow family is getting quite an education. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I do. That's awesome.
Awesome. So we're going to move on to video number 6. You know now how to clean and prepare the surface and seal and protect it. You are going to get the most fabulous shine, and in fact, it's going to be a
gloss that's boss.
Amen. All right. See you in video 6.